Hello YouTube! Welcome back to Scrub Dub, where this scrub tries to clean up his game just a little bit. Alright, so we have a new team this week. As you can see, we have Swampert, Sylveon, Aegislash, Amoonguss, Salamence, and Arcanine. So, I really just I started out wanting the, the Fantasy Core, which is the Dragon Steel Fairy. And then I just started to build from there. I knew I wanted a strong Ice Beam, and that Wide Guard was going to be good. I'm not carrying Wide Guard on my Aegislash, so I picked Swampert. Swampert has a pretty good Ice Beam, gets KOs on what it needs to get on, has Scald to check the opposing fire types that are floating around, and then it has Protect and Wide Guard. I'm not sure if I like the Protect and Wide Guard. I might drop the Protect, but Protect is pretty useful because of that 4 times grass weakness. Then I was like, hey, you know, Redirection, I haven't messed with Redirection in a while. Redirection is always good. So obviously I went with Amoonguss. Since I already have a Fairy type, I didn't want the other kind of standard follow me users, so I went for Rage Powder with Amoonguss. And then I wanted fire type moves out there. A fire type is pretty important right now to come in on fairy types, and it's just kind of a good defensive typing right now. And I didn't have an Intimidate user, so I went with Arcanine. So, without really meaning to, I wound up with a Fire, Grass, Water core and a Steel, Fairy, Dragon core. I don't really think I like having the 2 types of cores. It could just be that in my practice games with it, I was doing things incorrectly. But hey, that's the whole point, right? We're just trying to get better. So one of the things that I'm trying to get better with, at least, is team composition. Like I said, it may be worthwhile to run it this way. I'm just not quite sure. I do have really standard spreads on everything. Most of them are 252, 52, 50, or 252, 252, 4. And as I said, I did do some practice games, and they didn't wind up too well. They didn't wind up too bad, but they didn't wind up too good. Of course, I did make some rather silly mistakes. Being used to follow me over Rage Powder, I was Rage Powdering expecting grass types to be redirected, which obviously doesn't work. I'm going to hit the challenge button while I'm talking. We are at 1544 right now, which, so like I said, I did lose a little bit last night, especially against lower ranked people, so lost a bunch. We have Archer, 1611 from Pennsylvania. Alright, 1611, so the good side is, if we lose, we don't lose very much, and if we win quite a bit from this person. Alright, so they have Rotom H, Amoonguss, Landorus, Sylveon, Kang, and Melodic. This looks awful familiar. Kind of just a standard team. Also, I think there's might be a YouTuber out or two that had a very, very similar team. I do watch quite a bit of other Poke tubers out there. So let's see. Swampert does pretty good as long as I can avoid the Amoonguss. My own Amoonguss is kind of threatened by Melodic and Rotom Heat. Aegislash is threatened by Rotom Heat. Sylveon does pretty good, so I'm gonna lead Swampert and Sylveon. Let's see. Arcanine is not bad if I can avoid Melodic. Arcanine in the back is fine. If he leads with Melodic, I'll just have to try to focus it down. I think I want Aegislash as my last one. Nope, going. Oh, oh, crap. No. No, I didn't get it. Okay, so I think I wound up with Amoonguss there. Or I might have just wound up with my top 4, which... okay, the Diddley... let's see what we got. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing and hit summary, which kind of hurt. Took too long just talking about things and trying to decide. Let's see who we have in the back here. We have Arcanine and Amoonguss. All right. So not the best, but it could be worse. So he's either gonna switch Landorus out, or he's just going to Rock Slide. I think he's just going to Rock Slide. So I'm going to go for a Wide Guard. I'm going to Wide Guard and... Hyper Voice. If Rotom Age comes in, Hyper Voice is not too great about it, since it does resist it. But it's not the worst thing. Okay, so he did withdraw Landorus. Icy Wind is the other reason that I went ahead and picked Wide Guard. Okay, he protected with Melodic though. Alright, excellent damage on that there, Kangaskhan. Let's see. So probably gonna go Fake Out onto Sylveon. I'm just going to Ice Beam into Kangaskhan, and of course, being Choice Specs, I'm gonna Hyper Voice again. Like I said, I expect the Fake Out into Sylveon, possibly just a straight Protect. I'm gonna go with Fake Out. Fake Out's more common. I expect a Fake Out into Sylveon, maybe a straight Double Edge into Sylveon. Either way, it's not gonna bother me. I could have switched in the Amoonguss into... Nope, straight for the Double Edge into Sylveon. Yep. Oh, Sylveon survived. Did they double up? And of course, you know what? I will take a Sylveon trade for a Mega Kangaskhan trade. Icy Wind. There is the Icy Wind that I expected last time. Ice Beam not going to be very effective, but get a little bit of chip damage there on Melodic. Oh, and we got the freeze. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The hacks, they are a real. So let's see. It really depends on what my opponent's last one is. If it is Amoonguss or Sylveon, I think I'm fine to bring Arcanine in. It's really bad though. No, I don't want to bring Arcanine in. I'm going to bring in Amoonguss. If it's Rotom Heat, okay, so it is Sylveon. So this kind of works out. What this means is I'm just going to double protect and see what my opponent locks themselves into with Sylveon. I revealed the Wide Guard already, so if my opponent locks themselves into Hyper Voice, Sylveon's not going to bother me at all. Psyshock, okay. So I'm just going to go for the Scald into Sylveon. I'm going to switch out our Amoonguss into Arcanine to avoid that Psyshock there. That does hurt quite a bit with the competitive. So I expect my opponent to double up into the Arcanine slot. Makes sense, because there's no point for him not to do a Psyshock and a Scald into that slot. That way he punishes me for either way. I gotta start getting chip damage on this Melodic. And then I am just going to protect with Arcanine. Ugh. So I got a little bit of hacks with the freeze, but the freeze went away right away, and so it is not a choiced Sylveon. Alright, well, that is probably going to end my game, the fact that it was not choiced. Maybe my Protect was a little bit too predictable there. Yeah, I should have thought about it, because my opponent is in the 1600s. So yeah, it should have been a thought. What I can do is I can Rage Powder. Rage Powder is not going to get me anything done, though. Spore on Melodic. If I can get the Spore off, I can do something. And just go for a double protect, I guess. But it failed. Went for the Icy Wind. Now we know it carries the Scald. Because we saw it earlier. Alright, so we get one guaranteed turn of sleep there. the Sylveon's going to be faster than my Amoonguss. I think he's going to expect the Protect. So I'm just going to Spore Sylveon. And I'm going to Heat Wave. There's not really a reason for him to not go after Amoonguss. But that Protect is pretty obvious. Sylveon used Protect, okay. So now we're getting into a back and forth play here. Melodic takes its first turn of sleep. Alright, so Melodic could wake up, but he knows that I tried to Spore this last turn. Once I Protect, the mind games are over. This person knows that I'm going to not be able to Protect 2 times in a row. I think I just have to no fear it and try to Spore that Sylveon again. Alternatively, I could Giga Drain. We're going to go for the Giga Drain, try to get some health back. I'm betting that they're going to attack into the Amoonguss this time. But like I said, once I use the Protect, there's no longer any mind game. And Melodic woke up. That's the end. Alright, I was trying to play to my outs. My only out was if Melodic didn't wake up and I got the Spore off on Amoonguss. Or I got that Giga Drain up. So this match is over. I got a burn, but it's not going to matter. Arcanine is not going to be able to chew through three Pokemon. I'll go ahead and Protect and try to get some leftover damage, and the next turn is probably going to be over. Like I said, I think that the turn where I went for the obvious Protect really kind of hurt me. Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm still trying to get the hang of. You know, when to expect my opponent to see the simple move and when not to. On the lower ladder, which I'm used to, usually you just go for the most obvious moves. And obviously that does not work as you start facing, you know, better opponents. But I'm not sure when exactly I should start avoiding moves because they're obvious. You know, like the obvious predictions, like, okay, I got to Protect here. I don't know when I need to do that versus when I need to do a hard read and be like, nope, he expects me to do this because that's what I should do. I'm just going to go for a double Protect. But it failed. There's that Scald we've been waiting on. That'll be game. Let's see, there was a couple things. Wide guard, I did not use very well. I went for it one turn, and then I stopped going for it. So that first turn I was expecting an icy wind, and then the icy wind started coming later. Without those icy winds, I think I might have done a little bit better. The icy wind in Amogus kind of hurt. I think I did one bad switch out too. Like I said, for the most part, this match, my takeaway is just trying to gauge my opponent's skill level. Either that or trying to find the safer move all around. Yeah, let's see. The first turn, if I would have just... I could have ended Kangaskhan right away. That would have stopped a lot of damage right up front. That would have stopped that double edge from going off. Which would have kept Sylveon around, which would have been very nice. Or alternatively, that turn, if I would have just wide guarded, that would have kept Sylveon around for another turn as well. And Sylveon would have been able to do a little bit of damage. Look like that melodic. Usually melodic are bulky on the physical side. That one may have been bulky on the special side as well, but I mean, I was hitting it with fire type attacks. Later on in the game, I went for a Spore into Sylveon. I was not expecting the Protect from Sylveon there. I also, of course, I got the freeze. But it wound up not really mattering that much. Oh well. Yep. Alright, so that was today's battle. Like I said, I'm still getting the hang of this team. Still kind of learning the ins and outs, and if anything needs to be changed at all. Just quite yet. I don't know. We'll find out. Thanks. Bye.